Well, the big wreck is here, and I couldn't find my camera. Turns out it was on the driver's seat in the Challenger, but we already did most of the work. You see, we moved the flip axle in here, and then we took off the neck extension from the neck. Of course, I had to drop the trailer. Then I rehooked, and the butt took the booster, and we parked it over there now in the back. So now I just have to drive forward so that, to create space, so we're gonna hook up that flip axle. But I'm gonna run like this. I'm not gonna use the 36-inch because it's just too much work. All we gotta do is just connect the hoses. Okay, so the easiest one, electric. All right, now we have red and blue. Because what's funny is that I fixed the flashing lights everywhere, but this was still sitting here. Probably the switch is bad, but I'm gonna fix it on the way to where? On the way to Michigan, because I think in Michigan I checked my permit. The permit says must have 2 flashing lights on the back of the trailer for some reason, because I told them I was 82 feet long. All right, that's it. So now I just have to tie it down, hook up the sign, and go get my tires. Right, go get my used tires. Oh yeah, I see, that's what we did. Like, there's construction going on next door, and my axle was sitting here, but turns out, you see this orange thing, and they put that spike in there, and so they moved my axle. They lifted it, and that's why my mud flaps look so funny now, because the mud flaps were hard against the ground. And so now basically this is their area, and so we packed it like this. I think we should be good. Still leaves me plenty of room for backing, and we put this one on top of this. So yeah, normally I would use this one for this next load, but too much hassle, and then I have to take it out, you know. So well, we finished in less than 90 minutes. And actually the poor guy had to do lots of lifts, you know, because my stuff was in the back. But now it looks pretty cool. Anyway, so now I got 4 axles. There's hardly any air on the last axle because there's no weight. Maybe I should have used a red shim, but I only put in the blue one. And of course my coat is all, you know, those pins. I wish there would be like some easier way, you know, like you would think, you know. It would be so cool if the top pins are fine, right? But the bottom pins on all these flip axles and boosters, it's just a nightmare, you know. You cannot put them in from the top, so you have to crawl under the trailer. Of course you can use probably some kind of a blanket, but then the blanket will be dirty anyway. So there's some good Samaritans showed up, started washing up trucks. I don't know, maybe these guys paid him, but I don't see anybody inside the trucks. The lights on the flip, the clearance lights on the flip are on, so that's what I was checking. So I wonder what they're gonna charge me. Are they gonna charge me for the minimum 2 hours, or are they gonna be nice and charge me for an hour and a half? I don't know. It's been almost 2 weeks since I was behind the wheel of the truck. So wait, no, I went to get it when? Tuesday. All right. I took the Uber to go to Aberfoyle or Guelph. All wheels are spinning. That's just a field report. And that's always good, because with these trucks, can you imagine how many connections I have because of all these flip axles? So they definitely, when you have these multiple axles, they increase the complexity, and there's more things that can go wrong, right? So I have air connections, electric connections. So there's three air hoses, and what's going on? Some kind of a smoke in the back there. No, all the wheels are spinning. Not sure what's going on, but there was a smoke. And I could feel that the truck was driving hard, difficult, you know. And then that smoke, boom, and it became easier. You know, like there's always something with these trucks and trailers, especially when they sit a long time, you know. Maybe I should stop and check. And when I was looking at the flip axle, there's a lot of rust after winter. The wheels were spinning. I don't understand where, you know, sometimes they react, like one of the axles, if it sits in the dirt for too long, like the brakes get stuck. Oh, maybe that's what might have happened. You know, when I hit the brakes slightly when I was leaving the yard, and sometimes what can happen is the brakes get stuck. But now everything is spinning, I don't see any issues. Alright, so now I'm thinking, how do I get to that okay tire without killing too many civilians in this 82 foot long rig? And that's one of the reasons I had to put the oversized load on the back, the sign, because once I got a ticket, a guy saw me driving with a quad trailer, an inspector, and he stopped me in Ontario, and he says, well, I don't even have to measure, but we're gonna measure. But he says, I'm pretty sure you're over 75 feet, because as soon as I see that you have 4 axles, usually that's the case. And so he measured me. I think I was like 82, but I don't remember if I had neck extension. So now I don't have the neck extension, so I would be 3 feet shorter. Okay, here I gotta be careful because the turns get sharper. So maybe those guys have some kind of you know, pickup truck. Because I know they're working today. They're working until 3, I think they said. So maybe if they have some kind of a pickup truck, we can just load those tires in the pickup truck and bring them out to the road. I think I'll go here. Today's Saturday. What do I have to do? Oh, tomorrow I think I'm gonna work on my car. Somehow I don't like how the car drives now with these foulers. Something definitely changed, you know. The car before drove much better. Of course I was losing fuel like crazy, you know. I think I had too much fuel to air ratio was too high, but the car was just amazing. And now that is gone, but now there's no check engine light, and so I definitely want to get a tuner. And actually I was thinking about like $1,000, but that's if you want to get a second PCM. But if I just get cross shipment like I did last time with the what I did with the Challenger, right? So I ordered that cross shipping. I think it was like $650 US, but you still have to open your PCM compartment, and because there's no way to see that calibration sticker, because they need that calibration sticker. And once they, and so you give them your VIN and your calibration sticker, and this way they can program that unlocked PCM, right? And so then you pay the $650 and you tell them this is my VIN, this is my calibration number, and they send you the tuner and the PCM. The only thing I don't like is that the PCM is used. They just take it out of some scrap car, you know. I don't like that. But it's way cheaper. It's $650. Like, where if I get a separate PCM, that's $1,000. So basically, what is it, like $350 more? But then I still, of course, still have to take out this PCM, but at least then I have kind of like a spare, you know, and it's brand new. Well, like 1 year old from my car, right? All right, so here's the OK tire. I don't know. I'm gonna get it. It's on that side of the building. The guy showed me. But the traffic here is crazy. So if I stop here, well, maybe the guys will help me. I don't know. Yeah, I cannot get into that. That's too narrow. So if I try to back in there, because the tires are right there. If I try to back, I will put my flashing light on and go and see what happens. Well, I loaded the tires on that busy street, but didn't secure them. I just moved into this much wider what is this, industrial. At least there's a lane in the middle, and so there's much less traffic here. People have no problem passing. But over there man, as soon as I stopped and I pulled all the way to the right away there's traffic. Saturday, right? Saturday, it was 11:15, 11:20. And people are like nuts, but nobody was honking, nobody was showing me any fingers, you know. So it was pretty tough, you know. These tires are they're heavy. So I went behind the building and brought them to the road. Did that, you know, like, you know, 20 tires, 2 tires at a time. Tried 4 smaller ones. It was not easy. It was pretty hard. So I did 10 trips back and forth, right, from behind the building to the grass near the road. And then I had to wait for all the traffic to pass, and then just another 2 tires at a time, 2 more trips, but right now from the grass to the trailer. So of course lots of work, and I'm thinking, what the heck, why am I doing this? Why do I care about this trailer? It's already old. But timbers would be even worse, you know. First off, timbers would cost about $200, and you still have to tie them down. And actually that's what I want to show you. It was pretty tough to tie them down, because I tried a chain first, and of course chains don't work on tires, turns out. Like, who knew, you know? You ever tried to tie down a bunch of tires with a chain? You keep tightening all the way to the end, and then I tried attaching another bind that doesn't work. And so it turns out only straps work. Straps work, and so I did it like this, you see? So it should be okay, you know. I only am going 30 miles. And basically I took my straps from here, because here I can use chains, but with ties that don't work. And then I could not put them in here because they could fall down. And these are the last 4. And of course the trick with like many flatbed guys know, when you tie down something like this, the items must touch each other, right? Because I out of curiosity, I try to see what's going to happen. So I took those tires and I put 2 on that side of this hole and 2 on this side. And as soon as I tried to tighten the strap, the tire started moving this way, because there's nothing holding in the middle, right? So like sometimes I see people tie down skids, you know, like they have 1 skid over there, 1 skid over here, like let's say smaller skid, and they don't touch, and the guy put a strap, right, and then he's driving, and every time he's checking, the strap is loose. Why is it loose? That's why, because the items don't touch, so they keep moving. So you see, this way I tie it down and it's holding my boards. It's good over here. And now for the big tamale. So I did manage to smoke my tires, boys and girls. You know, it would be the same price on a Charger, because I just changed that tire, right? One tire was $350, but good tire. I think it was Goodyear. On this one, $350 is cheap Chinese tire. So basically, that smoke I saw, that's what it was. Can you believe this? Unfreaking believable. Like, I was watching, right? I know this. When something sits, remember I was talking about this, right? I was driving and I said, oh, wheels are spinning. So wheels were spinning, but turns out this side was not spinning. You know, so this side, because there was a lot of rain, but I clearly saw that side the wheels were spinning. It's just crazy. And that's why that smoke came out. So I was dragging this on dry pavement. So now of course I need new tires. And you see, these were Saloon 275 70/22/5. So somehow I have to limp over to tire shop, like where I got these. Like there's a Cal tire here, but they never have these tires. They keep complaining that this is a specialized tire, that I'm the only guy who uses this 275. I said, what? But anyway, so the other Cal tire in London, 1 hour away, those guys always have these tires. but today's Saturday, you know, like it's not a very bad day to get into a situation like this, because of course I can find a tire shop, but honestly I don't want to spend $1,000, because that's what it would cost if I drive over to a tire shop. If I call somebody to bring me tires, you know, it's gonna be way more expensive. But I know, yeah, these ones are like $350, but I don't know if these tires will last 100 kilometers or 60 miles, but empty, right? I can probably I don't know, disable the air. But the easiest way, I have a perfectly fine booster sitting in the ground, right? So I can just take 2 wheels from that, you know. So I'm thinking that's what I might do tomorrow, you know, like if they will charge me a couple of $100, but it's still, you know, I need money for fuel, so I'm doing 2 loads. There'll be a lot of deadhead. So I think tomorrow, I'm tired today, you know, I'm all dirty like something, you know. So I'm just gonna go back to my yard, park the truck, change, get my car, and oh, and maybe I'll back, yeah, this time, because this time I tried to, you know, drive in, because I thought it would be easier, so that the guy, you know, when the wrecker shows up in the morning, it'll be easier for me to back out, and then we can just deal with the booster and stuff like that. So, but now I'm gonna back, and so if I'm backing, then those bad tires will be right next to the booster. Except of course there's no room, like for the tire truck to come in. There's no room. But that's the easiest way. I think I did it once. I had a flat tire in I was in Louisiana, and I see I have a flat tire, but I had a flip axle on the top. I brought it with me just in case. I think I had tried them with the flip axle. Yeah, because it was my 55 ton, right? So I had tried them, was fixed, and I had one flip, and so the flip was on the top, tied down, and then I see one of my trailer tires was flat, so I called the tire guy. I think of course he charged me like a couple of $100, but so he just took that wheel, put it in here, you know, because this way I don't have to fix it over there. This way I can drive to a shop, right? And it's always cheaper when you can bring your tire directly to the shop. And so either I call the tire truck tomorrow, like they work 24/7, just they charge a bit more on the weekend. But if I do it today, there's no difference. Saturday it's the same rate as Sunday. It's a day off, right? So they charge you weekend rate. So either I do that, swap wheels from my boost, and then deal with that later. But then of course, you know, then I'll have to pay somebody again. Well, then I can just find somewhere, I can find 2 tires somewhere, you know, maybe in the States. If I'm driving, I can just find 2 tires and then call somebody again and say, okay, just mount these tires in here. But I don't know. Well, the other way is I'm loading basically that way, and if I keep driving 30 minutes more, I'll be in London. But honestly, like I see when I was watching that axle, that wheel is like going up and down like this, because that's a pretty big chunk of tire missing there, you know. So I don't think it'll last 60 miles, you know, 100 kilometers. No, it's not gonna. I think it's gonna explode. Then we'll see more smoke. But again, these guys here, they don't have tires. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. You know what? because I didn't want to go loaded like the Keltai that usually has these tires in London. That's like, you know, I'm loading tomorrow in Woodstock, and Woodstock is 30 miles from here, and then 30 miles after that is London, and that's where the big Keltai is, and they always have my tires. And so I didn't want to go there with a machine, plus, you know, these, they're not gonna last, and plus there's a scale in there, right? If somebody pulls me in for inspection, I'll get a ticket with tires like this. Actually, you don't see the cord yet, like the cord is not visible, but it's only a matter of a few kilometers, I think. So that's it, that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go and tomorrow get the tire truck, swap the wheels from the booster to this trailer, right? So that's it, problem solved for now. And then when I'm paid, when I got money, so then I'll get 2 new tires somewhere maybe in the States and bring it with me, and then call another guy and ask him to remount the tires. So that's a more practical way, you know, then, because yeah, I don't want to risk it, like going on the road and scaring people with some flying pieces of rubber, you know, in the air. That would not be good. Anyway, my job is done, right? So now I have a 4-axle trailer, the booster is off, the neck is off, I'm ready to load, except the minor twist. Of course, there's always something, you know, like life is stranger than fiction, as they say, right? So now I just need to find a tire truck for tomorrow, and I know a guy, I know a couple of good guys in nearby here in Guelph. Or maybe they'll have some used tires, you know, I don't care. I'll buy some used tires, but how long they're gonna last? Anyway, yeah, not a very good situation, but at least I got a load. Got a load towards Michigan, and then I got a load from Maryland back. And my Michigan permit has already been issued, and of course Maryland, I gotta be careful, but I'll make sure I'll order much more than what the machine weighs, and they're telling me that excavator I'm picking up, it's only 62,000 pounds, so it shouldn't be too bad. So that's it. Have a good weekend, boys and girls. Back to the yard, and now I think the first thing I'm gonna do is, after I change and get in my car, I'm gonna go for some brunch. Sounds good? Ciao.